Good morning and welcome. Thank you if you're joining me live, and thank you if you're watching the replay later. Just so that you know what we're going to be talking about today, is I've got the weekly cards for the week, and just some thoughts really on this week. Intuition's shown up quite strongly this week, so I want to just talk to you a little bit about that. So let's make a move. Okay, so the cards that I have for you this week, I'm going to use my Archangel Power Tarot card deck again. I absolutely love this deck. And the minute I got the deck and I just opened the packet, I could feel the energy from them. They're just such beautiful cards. Okay, so I can have some cards for the week, please, for this group. That's good. Right, we've got 2 cards for this week, so let's see what they've shown us. Okay. Beautiful card. So your first card is this one. It's Divine Guidance. And when I'm looking at this card, I get a beautiful feel for it. But do you notice the purple on the shirt, on his cloak? And the purple for me is a really strong representation of spirituality and connecting in with your intuition. And this is Archangel Sandalphon, who is also a very grounding angel. So it's not just about connecting upwards, it's about connecting below as well. Really tune into how you're feeling and feel grounded, and really recognise, don't be all over the place. When you're grounded and you're following your intuition, you know what's right. You've got that knowing. It feels right. And this is talking about the search for meaning in life. The card guidance says, search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach, and surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. For this, I'm connecting in more with your own intuition and connecting in more with yourself and what that meaning is to you. If you have a look, you can see his it's like a halo here, and the light energy coming into him, and that's your crown chakra. Okay, so when you're connecting in, that's where your guidance will come in, your inner guidance. So with this, I'm seeing meditation, meditate, or at least spend some time in nature on your own, just sitting, just reflecting, see what comes. Some of you might get this from journaling even, I'm getting, but connecting, what is it you want to know? Ask that question, send that question out there and ask for the answer to come to you, and then just sit and allow that connection to come through, and be guided. Don't just be single-minded, because quite often we allow our heads to rule our hearts, and sometimes you can get guidance coming through, but because it doesn't make sense to you at that time, you go with what your head's saying, not what your gut is saying, which is really interesting, because that's the insights I've had this week that I'm going to share with you either. So sometimes when you get that guidance, trust it. Yeah, trust and allow. Okay, and then the next one I've got is this one, which is a beautiful card with Archangel Azrael, and you can just see the light and the purity just coming from that angel. And this is the angel Peace. Now it's interesting that we've got two major cards come out here. So very, very strong, powerful cards. And the card is saying, release the past, there is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And this links in with the other card really. It's about allowing, it's about trust and allow, which are my key words for the year this year. Okay, so you don't have to keep going with what you've always done in the past. There might be a change that you want to make, and you're just feeling that little bit of an attachment to that change, to that thing that you want to change, and the change feels scary, so you won't let go. And sometimes it's about just Just let go and just trust and allow what comes, because quite often changes bring better things. Changes are scary. And a good example of this was I've recently left a job that I've been working in for 15 years. And it was very scary leaving that job. It was a very secure job. It was a very good, well-paid job. But I was ready for that change. I was ready for that transition. And although it was scary, because I was safe there, it was a safe unit, I felt that that was holding me back a little bit from where I needed to progress to on the next stage of my journey. And in order to make that progress, I needed to let go. I needed to make the change that I wanted to see. And whilst that is scary, that's where the trust comes in. Let go and let God. You know, if you know within your heart that there's something that needs to change and there's something that you want to do, but you have to release something, it's almost a leap of faith, if you like. You know, but it's allowing that change to happen and trusting that that will happen. And obviously here, be at peace with your decision. So beautiful cards for the week, and they link in very nicely really with my experience this week of trusting your intuition and not allowing your head to override what you know. So I was due to go on a course today, and I'd booked the course months ago, and the course was to take place down south. So but in January, just right after Christmas, I kept getting a nudge to change the date for this course if I could and try and book it further back. Now, even though that was coming through very strong, and it wasn't just a one occasion, every time I thought of this course I was getting a nudge to push it back and push it back, and I allowed my head to tell me that that course was, that I was just letting my nerves put me off, you know, and maybe I was showing some resistance because I was ready to grow, and it was just my nerves and to just go for it. So I didn't change the date, but then I'd not booked the hotel, and all for the last 2 weeks I've had it in my head, right, you really need to book the hotel for this stay, and that resistance was there again. And then all last week I thought, right, I need to book the hotel, but I need to make sure that I can change the date on it. I don't know where this came from. It was just, I'm not normally like that when I go away. I just make the booking, I go for the cheapest option, which is non-refundable, and I go for it. But that nudge was there, and all the way I was getting that nudge. So we decided that my husband and I were going to go away for the two days instead. So we travelled down to Cambridge for a night, where it was lovely. You know, we got to see some of the sights for Cambridge, and then we were going to travel back up to the other location for the business meeting. However, which was supposed to take place today. However, something came up at home. Nothing serious, nothing I need to go into, but it meant that really we were needed back home today. And we needed to come back home yesterday. So I'd literally booked the hotel for this course the night before I was due to go. I booked it from Cambridge to go. That's how strong the intuition was, you know, not to book it. And I left it last minute. But fortunately, leaving it last minute meant that it was a changeable ticket that was left over. So when we got the phone call yesterday, which meant we needed to come home for something, fortunately I was able to change the date of the course. They were very flexible, which was amazing, and the hotel, I was able to change the date of the hotel as well. So it all worked out really well. We had a lovely time, you know, we had a lovely day away, and then we came back yesterday and all was good. But it's a strong message really to trust your intuition. Sometimes you just know things, you don't know how you know, but you just know, and that guidance is there. And all along from January I was getting a nudge to push the course back, and then when I didn't push the course back, a nudge not to book the hotel. And when I was determined I was going to book the hotel, it was to book a flexible ticket for the hotel. So it was just really interesting how that guidance was there. but I didn't trust it. And it's quite interesting because as well as spiritual people, quite often we want that guidance. We want to be, guided on our path. We're asking to open up our intuition. But how often are you given that guidance and you ignore it? So, and that was a really strong lesson for me this week, not to ignore my inner wisdom. I need to start trusting more, allowing and going with the flow. So my keywords for this year are trust and allow, and very very powerful words. And it's going to take commitment to do that, because it's hard to just trust, and it's hard to just allow when you don't know what's coming. Change can be scary. You don't know what it's going to bring, so to just trust and allow the universe to deliver, it is scary. But the universe has your back, as Gabrielle Bernstein says. If you ask and you trust and you go with your feelings, what feels right to you, then the guidance is there, so look out for that. So those are my cards and ponderings for the week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you had any intuition or guidance like that you've ignored or you've followed, and how did that work out for you? I'd love to hear your stories. Post in the comments below. Let me know if the cards resonate for you, and just let me know that you've seen the video, you've joined me live or for the replay. And if you have any questions, any comments, do please post. It's great to have that interaction with you all. Just as a side note, last week I told you I had a workshop coming up for Angelic Reiki. It's the Angelic Reiki 1 and 2, the beginners workshop. Really looking forward to that. 3 places have gone now, I have just 1 place left. So if you are interested in doing the course, do book. There's just 1 place left on that course now. Really looking forward to it. That will help you with your own self-healing and any healing that is needed for close family and friends. And I don't know whether you know this, but when you give healing to others, you are also receiving healing from the angels. How beautiful is that? So do drop me a line. If you're on Instagram, the link's in the bio. On Facebook, you can contact me on Messenger. Check out my website, which has all the information, www.pureheartshealing.co.uk. And a big thank you to you all for joining me. See you next week. Bye.